Anticipation for Mexico City's first NFL game since 2019 is evident all around the city. Musical performances, art installations like the mural.
What's up, guys? I know not a lot of things have happened since last Monday, but you guys wanted me to still do the live, talk about rumors and different things that I've heard. So I guess we'll get started with the small news that we did have last week. Mike Soroka avoiding arbitration, 1 year, 2.8, and Tyler Matzik avoiding arbitration, and a really classy move by the Braves, signing him to a 2-year, 3.1 as he recovers from Tommy John surgery. And I honestly think the struggles he had last year were all attributed to his massive workload in 2021. Obviously, you could make the case that he was the pitching MVP. There was a lot of MVPs during our magical run, but he might have been the pitching MVP because what he did against the Dodgers, I don't know that we make it to the World Series had he not done that. So, really good by the Braves to allow him to recover and just worry about his recovery and not where he works next year. And I think he's going to be very, very, very valuable in 2024. So having him in the fold still, even though not this coming year, I really do like the Dennis Santana edition. I really do like the Dennis Santana edition from Texas. It is a low-risk, high-reward move. His FIP, fielding independent pitching, the things that he can control, he had a 335 FIP, which means, and he had a 5.22 ERA, so which means his defense and defensive positioning kind of let him down at times, which that is huge. And 96, 97 with movement plays, especially with our defense. Obviously, we'll see who's at shortstop hopefully soon, because I think I'm going a bit stir crazy with no baseball news whatsoever, not even like non-Braves, but big names. But the rumors are, of course, Kenley Jansen has been rumored to be talking a 2-year deal with the Giants. Not sure, but the Braves seem to be interested as well. It'll be interesting how he deals with the pitch clock, with his unwinding windup that it is. Jock Peterson did sign the qualifying offer, 19.85, to remain with the Giants, and I believe Martin Perez was the only other one to sign the qualifying offer, 1-year deal. Everybody else that was the big free agent did not, but it does attach a draft pick with him, with the qualifying offers that did or did not get accepted. So if Dansby signs somewhere else or Judge signs somewhere else, those teams do get this. They do get draft pick compensation for that. So that is very, very solid. Cody Bellinger has been a very hot topic recently. I honestly don't want to take a flyer. I mean, if we could get rid of Marcell Ozuna's contract, and yes, Bellinger is still amazing defensively, but he's just completely dropped off offensively, and his swing, it kind of reminds me of Jason Hayward. If it's not completely connected, and it hasn't been completely connected in a couple of years, he just racks up the strikeouts even at a rapid rate that MLB that you can't be happy with. And obviously he's not happy with it. It's just a puzzle piece of a swing that is not worthy at all. So we'll see. But the Blue Jays have been in contact with both Bellinger and Nimmo. Nimmo's been a popular name to get about 5 years, 150. Yes, Swanson's definitely enjoying his off season, as he should. As he should. So that is really good for him. But yeah, Nimmo has been a very popular name. About getting a 5-year 150 at least. And yes, he does do a lot of good things, but his running to first base thing is super annoying. But I think he does that on purpose. He's great. He's a great pest at the top of the lineup. Great defender, or decent defender. I don't know if I would put great, but that name has been bantied about. Of course, the Japanese, I don't know if he's a pitcher or not, but his name has been floated around a lot with many teams. The Mets have also been linked to Justin Verlander, but of course, I think everybody's going to be linked to those type of guys. So I don't know if that's actually news, but I do agree getting Nimmo out of the NL East would be very, very beneficial for the Braves, just because he's been a pest for us, at least like 8 or 9 pitches per at bat. Definitely not an easy out. So whoever does get him is going to get a solid player. I just don't know if I would spend $175 million, but that's just there. And then the Twins have made a couple of moves. They traded Gio Urshela to the Angels for prospect, and Gio Urshela is set to be the Angels shortstop as of now, but he can also play third base, so he's a nice utility. But I think with Anthony Rendon there, but you got a lot of injuries with Anthony Rendon, it gives a good safety blanket, so to speak, for the Angels there. And they've also been linked to former Mariners outfielder Mitch Haniger. Both LA teams have, the Dodgers and the Angels. I would actually love a Mitch Haniger again, but the Braves are kind of stuck with the Marcell Ozuna contract, still owing him $32 million. So that's kind of gross, or it's definitely gross. And Eddie Rosario is not the greatest defense, and coming off the off year with his eye issue. So obviously that's
hasn't been used much. Just his 13th catch of the season after 54 a year ago, and that great run he had when he first came into the league with Cincinnati. He made some outstanding catches last.
Okay, you're probably right about the Japanese guy. I just don't. I think there's another one too that's a left fielder. I could be wrong on that, but that'll be an interesting story to follow. I do like the acquisition of the Mariners, Teoscar Hernandez, and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays did some nice thing as well. Eric Swanson is a solid, great left-handed reliever. They don't grow on trees, as we know. 1.94 ERA, and Teoscar has been a very, very productive power average outfielder. So that is a really good offensive get for the Seattle. They do have a surplus of outfielders, even though they did trade former first-round pick and 2020 MVP Royce Lewis to the Arizona Diamondbacks for Hummel, I believe, who is a super, super utility guy.
With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds
agreed, but it sounds like, from what I've gathered, it sounds like it's Dansby it feels like it's Dansby or no one in terms of the big four. The big four being or Arcia.
There are special teams, their combined percentage is 94%. There are certain games, because they've been very good, that you can win despite your power play.
Arcia is a great arm, but no. And then Grisham, I just don't know if I'm ready for him to be the full-time guy, given the shift. But you're probably right. And Ron Washington working with him does make me feel a little better. But like I said, I think it's Dansby or no one, but so we'll just have to wait and see. But the off season itself is just a snail's pace, and that's being nice. I mean,
so he goes and gets the stick for Bob Warren. Now Gates is with it, tight turn in his own blue line. He's bothered there by Gustafson. Gates is still hanging on to the puck. And this one we chucked away.
So that's just the reality. I prefer Von Grisham as a Omar Infante, Martin Prado type. But whatever happens will be. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Mike Soroka can put it together and be a factor and just really, really do. Because I love him so much, and he was so dominant and things you can't control, and it's just very, very sad right now. And hopefully he can put it all together, because I don't know that we have a number 5 right now, but Elder, Muller, Soroka, apparently Colby Allard, the 40-man roster is at 38, so there are 2 open spots, and typically AA is very busy in November to get a jump on the market, but some slow stuff, and obviously Max Fried, AJ Minter, and Dennis Santana will be going to arbitration, so they will be definitely getting some pay raises, I'm sure. So there's that as well. Yeah, I'm watching the Hurricanes and not very happy right now, so I kind of flipped it to the football game just to have something on. But yeah, it's just been a bit ugly for the Hurricanes lately. Still getting points, but the power play has been non-existent. Pretty much this entire season. But yeah. But I'm really surprised at how legitimately slow everything is. The Twins did make a nice shortstop, kind of get Kyle Farmer, again, your utility. But does that take them out of the Carlos Correa, Trey Turner, Dansby Swanson? Big time, big force, Xander Bogaerts sweepstakes, I don't know. The Reds also acquired Kevin Newman, shortstop from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Saved $3 million there, so some frugal moves. The Pittsburgh Pirates also added G-Man Choi as the first trade of the offseason. So again, not a lot of action whatsoever. Lane Kiffin did accept. I know I'm switching sports here. Lane Kiffin is expected to be the new head coach of the Auburn Tigers. He will step down after the Egg Bowl on Thursday, so that should be interesting. It's probably a good hire, especially with having just a clean slate and a new AD. But let's see. There's not even small. Yeah, Kevin Newman will be haunting his new team next year. There's not even really small rumors. I did hear that Aaron Judge got offer. The latest offer was $10,337 from the Yankees. So we'll see there. I've also heard the Dodgers, obviously, because they cleared some salary with the Bellinger, Edwin Rios, who's been hurt recently, and things of that nature. But literally, really not a lot to talk about. Apparently, the Giants are currently hosting Aaron Judge, but there was a rumor that the Giants didn't want to use their entire budget for the Giants, but according to Judge is literally right now meeting with San Francisco, right now. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I said last week, Braves are in a pretty good spot. In every aspect. Again, another starter. Left field would be a nice left field DH would be a nice fix if we could somehow get rid of the Marcell Ozuna contract. But again, that's easier said than done. And obviously shortstop, and obviously none of us really want to see Vaughn Grisham be the starter, even though Ron Washington working with him does give me a little bit more warm and fuzzies. But yeah, I feel like everybody's interested in DeGrom, as they should be. Obviously the Mets are interested in Verlander, DeGrom, all that. But I feel like everyone should be. So, I feel like if we could somehow dump the Marcell Ozuna contract, that would just create a lot of salary relief, although it'd probably have to be a bad contract for a bad contract, to be honest. But it'd be nice. I mean, but obviously it's unlikely. And like I said, for Vaughn Gershom, if he is the shortstop for us going into 2023, will it be a little bit of a tough pill to swallow? Probably. But I'm willing to do whatever. I mean, I'm gonna be a fan no matter what. So, and I can embrace it, whatever happens. We were about this close to for Adam Duvall being our first baseman before we pulled off the Matt Olson trade. So I have a lot of confidence in everything that Alex Anthopoulos has done for us. Yeah, you have some misses in there, the Cole Hamels, the Marcell Ozuna extension, but did we know that all the off-the-field stuff was going to happen? Absolutely not. So it's just kind of hard to be mad or just things happen that way. And yeah, I wish Charlotte and high ankle sprains would not happen. But the Hornets are just like unwatchable right now. So I mean, I watch them and they're close but no cigar. Doesn't work in the NBA. It doesn't work in any sport. You have a lot of moral victories, but they still are gross. Losing sucks, and losing this much is gross and terrible and bleh. I don't know how I caught that, but I'm happy he did. But yeah, the Braves don't really have too many holes. You got Riley signed, you got Michael Harris signed, you got Matt Olson signed, you got Ozzy signed, you got Ronald signed, you've got yeah, I mean, obviously you're gonna play better with your best player healthy. I just thought that our defense would be better with Cliff as the coach, but we just kind of go cold at the wrong times, and injuries have obviously we're just snake bit by injuries, and it's unfortunate. But it is what it is, and 4-14 is not pretty. But again, I think we've had a fourth quarter lead in 9 of 14 or so. So it's there. We just can't finish. Let's see whether. But it's just amazing to me how slow MLB off seasons are. Look, I didn't like the lockout at all.
Still there. Foss tries to keep it in, but it'll be knocked past Jesper Foss. Wheeler skating after it. Chatfield wins the skate race, and he'll get it to Gahan.
I didn't like the lockout at all, but it necessitated a lot of big moves really quickly, and that was nice to follow. I just wish it would happen soon, but it is what it is, and you just gotta practice the patience, even though patience isn't fun, considering the main stuff that when you run a YouTube channel based on Braves news and baseball news in general, and nothing really happens, it's kind of a buzzkill, but it's kind of amazing that Aaron Judge is currently right now meeting with the Giants, so we'll see. He is from San Francisco, so we will see. And I do appreciate that he bet on himself, and it clearly has been paying off. And it clearly will pay off. 339, 10 years or 337. It's probably around what he'll get. And he deserves it. I just hope he'll be able to stay healthy. But of course, with the DH in both leagues, he probably will. Easier. Then that goes for anybody. Maybe I'm trying to think of a underrated move that we may do. Maybe I don't know if Nelson Cruz would be worth it for a DH, and if we can again, it comes back to Ozuna. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not really good at speculating or where I think people will go. I'm just easier reacting to numbers and when it actually happens. So I'm not. That's one thing that I have never been good at.
That's the hard part. When you look at them and how they've run the football this year, it hasn't been great. They're in the bottom. If you take Kyler Murray's rushing yards out of it,
let's see.
then they sink near the bottom.
That is pretty much everything that I can think of.
What it tells you is when they have to run the ball with running backs and really move people off the line of scrimmage, they just simply can't do it. They've had a lot of issues because of all the blocks. Big hit on the tight end Max Williams, who's back up on the active roster, a 7-yard pickup. It's 3 times tonight the Cardinals have lost yardage.
I will do this every Monday. Hopefully next Monday we have a lot more stuff to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy your family time, Thanksgiving, all of that. Best blessings and everything. It's a great time of year. Every sport known to man is on. The World Cup didn't go completely as planned, obviously, but we didn't lose. So we'll take that as a positive. We play England on Friday, so maybe we can shock the world there. Again, I will do this every Monday, and then when the season starts, I will probably change the day from Monday, but because I typically don't do Mondays, but this was to make Mondays better for all of us, but we didn't have a lot to talk about this time. But when the season starts, I will do live watches like I have for the last couple of years, and I will pick a day and continually do that every single time of that day, and I will post it to let you guys know, so you guys can hang out and have fun and cheer on the Braves, and like we all love to do. So appreciate it. I know a lot of people didn't come on here, but I appreciate all you guys that did, and have a good night. I will talk to you guys next Monday, and obviously if any moves happen, they will be on my YouTube channel and Twitter account as well. And you can follow me on Instagram as well, Casmac_21. If Twitter explodes and goes into flames, that's also where you can find me. But you can find me for any everything needed here on Braves Anatomy, my YouTube. So have a good night, guys, and have a great holiday. I will talk to you guys next Monday.